Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Jeevan Tokhi, Head of Simple Fund 360. So today I'm joined by Sal Cinque, Managing Director of Compare and Save. So welcome, Sal.
Good morning, Jeevan. Great to see you.
Great to see you as well. Hopefully you're doing well today.
Thank you. Yes.
Obviously today with the current interest rate environment, there's probably a lot of questions. A lot of accountants, planners, advisors are getting around sort of interest rates, around loans, around structuring. So it's probably a timely time to do this webinar. So obviously it's a hot topic, and I'm sure a lot of our attendees will be interested to see what you've done there with Compare and Save.
Yeah, spot on, Jeevan. There's so much talk around interest rates, and obviously the biggest piece of news is the mortgage cliff around fixed rates that everyone's talking about. A third of all mortgages in the country are expiring within the next month or two. So a lot of eyes are on that part of the market, and in particular looking at what's going to happen with properties. And anecdotally, we're seeing a few clients already concerned about that, and some saying they may have to sell their properties. So I think that's the biggest thing to be looking out for in the short term. But yeah, so many opportunities out there to help clients to secure a better rate. So clients are already receiving letters from banks saying that their rates are going to switch over to variable, and they don't always offer the client the lowest rate that they're offering new to bank clients. So it's always a good idea to do some research and find out what options are available to help clients save some money.
Absolutely. Now, so today for the webinar, Sal will be taking you through the Compare and Save app. I'm going to be asking Sal quite a few questions, but if you've got any questions for Sal or myself, please enter them into the Q&A panel, and we'll come back at the end and answer all the ones that we have time for. Today's session will be also recorded, so if you do drop out any time, a copy of today's recording will be sent to you to the email address that you registered to. Sal, maybe before we discuss the Compare and Save app, do you want to tell the audience a bit about yourself and I guess your history in the industry?
Well, thanks, Jeevan. Happy to share that, and I'll actually share one of the screens. But if I can, and it's not allowing me to share it. But anyway, I've been in the industry for about 23 years, Jeevan. It's been such a long time, and within that time, I've been sort of fortunate to work with a number of great groups in this industry, starting off with Mortgage Choice. And so
started sharing now.
Oh, that's good. So several different roles within the industry with some great companies. Mortgage Choice being sort of the leader in the franchise segment of mortgage broking. They were one of the sort of leaders in the industry. So I worked with them in a couple of different roles. The last role was managing strategic partnerships. Together with a couple of colleagues, we helped Bell Potter, which was Johnson Taylor Potter at the time, but we were there when the Bell brothers took over the business. But we established a mortgage broking business for them, which was a great opportunity. And from that, set up an aggregation business, a national sort of organisation. If you know exactly how an aggregation business works, it's where banks and other lenders won't deal directly with individual brokers. Brokers need to aggregate underneath a national group. So we set up a firm. So from startup to sale to Aussie in 2013. So that was a really great experience. And then had the privilege of working in the pure fintech space with a company called Infinitive. Now they provided the first lodgement gateway, which is a platform where brokers can lodge applications directly into the bank. So I led that business and managed the trade sale to a publicly listed fintech, which was a great experience as well. A lot of people that deal with BGL might know TAG Financial Services, which they run an annual conference on self-managed super funds. Help the guys there to establish a mortgage broking business, providing services to existing clients of the group, and even broader than that as well. And Compare and Save is the most recent of the businesses that I've established, and that really came about, Jeevan, at the time of COVID. So to help our advisors and also customers quickly and easily compare rates across a broad range of lenders was the initial sort of driving factor behind Compare and Save.
So I've just launched a poll there, I suppose, asking the audience how you currently assist your clients with their lending requirements. So if anyone hasn't answered that, I'll give you an extra sort of 10 seconds there to answer that. So please go and answer that question. And that might then lead into my next question then. So if I bring that poll to a close there and we'll share it. So the question asked there, I suppose, how do you currently assist your clients with their lending requirements? And we can see there that 61%, so I suppose refer to an external broker. And I suppose you've got 28% there that currently don't assist clients with loans at all. What's, I suppose, probably a two-pronged question there, Sal, I guess for anyone who maybe hasn't used a mortgage broker, I guess what's the value in using a mortgage broker compared to going directly to the bank? And I suppose what's the value proposition for a professional firm like an accountant or an advisory business, I suppose, teaming up with a mortgage broker?
Yeah, well, some of the benefits of using a broker is multi-brands in one location. And what we know about that is that there are many different lending policies that can be restrictive for some borrowers. So dealing with a mortgage broker provides access to a broad range of lenders where the broker will take the time to fully understand the client's current situation in terms of the financial position, what they're looking to achieve, the borrowing structure, and then searching their lender panel for the lender that best suits that particular situation. So in some cases, it could be just which is the lender that provides the lowest cost. That can sometimes be the option, but other times it might be policy related. So depending on the situation of the client and what they want to achieve, the broker will help navigate through that process.
And I suppose tell us a bit about, let's go into now Compare and Save. I suppose, I think you touched on, COVID was probably some of the driving force in terms of lockdowns and why you started it. But I guess tell us a bit about why you started it and I guess how it meets the needs of, sort of customers, advisors, accountants.
Yeah, so searching for rates obviously is an important thing, and doing it quickly and simply was the two main elements that we were really focusing on. So looking at a number of other platforms on the web right now that provide a comparison service, a lot of them make the site user go through multiple screens before they'll serve the information. And of course, we understand what that's about. It's about creating a sales funnel where the site user is then going to receive constant messages from that platform provider, whether it's text, phone calls, or emails. And sometimes people, they don't want that level of contact from the website. All they want to do is just find a quick answer to the question they're looking at. So we wanted to make sure that we provided a solution that was very simple, a few simple details to include in the site, be served with the results that you want up front. And then if you'd like to engage, then of course that we can provide the fulfillment service behind that as well. So it's really around speed, around access to the information up front without having to give away the contact information.
I suppose before we get into demonstrations, I've just launched another poll. I suppose, how do you currently research interest rates and loans? So this could be either for yourself or for your clients. I suppose the options you have there is either online, through a broker, or you don't. So I'll give everyone just a few seconds there to answer that question.
Yeah, online seems to be the most popular, which is great. Be interesting to see what types of services are used online, or whether it's just directly to bank or through one of the platforms that have multi-lenders. It's good to see 23% are going through to a broker. And the great thing about doing that is that, and we'll show you on our platform, is that brokers can negotiate rates that are sometimes lower than what's advertised. So it's a good thing to deal with a broker. But where someone's looking for a quick answer, obviously a platform like ours is a great solution for that.
Okay, so before Sal gets into a demo, I'll just quickly point out there for Simple Fund clients. So obviously for the comparison site, you can go directly to the URL itself, or if you are within Simple Fund 360, if you go across from investments to the property dashboard, which I've done just here, you'll see the link there for Compare and Save there, which will launch the Compare and Save website there, which Sal's about to show. So you can obviously got two ways to obviously go across and find that. So Sal, it'd be great now if you could give us a demonstration of the Compare and Save site, and I guess how it works.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jeevan. Hopefully that comes up right now. So if that's sharing, you should see the home page. So really simple in terms of there's only two options that you need to click on. One is I want to refinance, which is going to compare your current loan against market. Or if you don't have a loan and you need to look for one, it's really simple. Just click on that button. I'll quickly scroll through some of the elements of the service. First, the highlight about our platform is that it's hassle-free and that you can get the answer in a few seconds. So just by entering a few simple details, you can compare the loans that are on offer. You can select up to 3 that you can compare side by side. And of course, you can connect with us if you want to find out more information or you'd like us to help with the application process itself. This is where I sort of touched on earlier, that depending on the client situation, if there's a rate that you're looking for that's lower than what's on the site, there are options where we can negotiate. Now that's going to be sort of price on application, and lenders will offer lower rates if they perceive lower risk on the loan. So if it's a low loan to value ratio, that's going to make it a lot stronger in terms of the application. So they would look to offer lower rates. And of course, you can connect with us to see whether or not there are opportunities to get lower rates than what advertised. The lender panel is quite solid. Here's just an example of some of the lenders that we deal with. So all the major brands in terms of the 4 major banks, second tier international banks, and so forth. So there's quite a wide range of lenders that we access. The other thing that we also wanted to make sure that we provided on the platform was a simple way to review the special offers. And the market's quite competitive. A lot of lenders are offering cashbacks and other sort of incentives. To find those in one location, we wanted to make sure we made that really easy. So we'll have a look at that in a second. And a little bit about sort of updates and news and so forth. And obviously we're pretty proud of this integration with BGL. A few testimonials, a glossary of terms and so forth. And we'll go straight through to what I want to refinance. So this is probably the area that most people use the site for. They have a loan, they're looking for a better one. And here we can see there are just a few simple options that we can select. What the property is being used for, to live in, invest, or a super fund loan. So we'll leave the live in for now. We can look at all types of rates, or we can look just at variable or just at fixed. So we can select variable and that filters down the database. Repayment type, we'll go P&I. Loan amounts, the average loan in Australia is about just over 500,000. Property value, we'll put in $1 million, and this will give us the lower rates because it'll be a 50% LV. We can dial down the term of the loan if we want. If the customer only has 25 years left on the loan and prefers to use that to compare, we can do that, or we can just leave it at 30, which is the standard. Rates are around the mid 6s right now in terms of the standard variable rate. Of course, that's not what is the cheapest, but you can see how instantly it shows us the difference between the lowest rate on that panel in terms of, sort of what's the rate differential, what's the repayment saving per month, per year, and over the term. And of course, that adjusts whenever we change the actual term of the loan. So we can leave it on 30. It shows based on the variables that we've selected, there's 188 loans, but it actually we have thousands of loans in here, but it's filtered it down by the variables we've selected. So we click on that button, it presents us with a total list of all the loan options that are available. You can extend each one of these windows to see a little bit more detail in terms of the product type, the rates, the fees. And if we like, we can compare a number of loans. So if we say we want to compare Teachers Mutual Bank against Heritage Bank and against Macquarie, so we click all three. You can see down the bottom here, Jeevan, it says compare 3 loans of 3. We do that and it shows side by side in terms of the comparison. So it's really easy to review the products that you've selected. And if you scroll down to the bottom, it shows the savings on each loan against the one that was compared against. And if we'd like to engage our services, then of course it's just a simple click of this button. Now, if I change that, put in the BGL site. Let's quickly re-enter these values. We'll click the same products. Teachers, Heritage and Macquarie. Compare those. So if we scroll to the bottom again and we click on Inquire, if you're logged into BGL, you just click on that button as the advisor and it brings the advisor contact details in here instead of having to key them in. And you can submit that. And of course, someone from Compare and Save will be in touch to have a chat. The good thing about using this Inquire page, Jeevan, is that it also brings across the loan product that was selected. So the advisor at Compare and Save will have some transparency on which product was selected and can discuss that in greater detail. So you can see there, Jeevan, really simple to use. The results are presented immediately. No requirement to key in contact details before being served with the information. That makes it a really great research tool, not only for clients themselves that want a loan, but also professionals in the industry that are helping their clients in terms of debt facilities. Looking at the offers page, Jeevan, I just thought I'd quickly highlight this as well. So all the offers from the lender panel are presented here. And of course, you can click on any one of these buttons to extend the view so you can see the details of the cashback offer. So ANZ are offering $4,000 for a refinance of $250,000 or greater. And most of the banks have them, but a lot of them are starting to pull back the cashback offers. In the recent announcement that we received from the Bank of Melbourne, Westpac and St. George, Bank SA, they've trimmed back, they're expiring. So the 30th of June, whereas they had these extended out to, I think it was September, but a lot of them are pulling them back. And for a number of reasons, I think one of them is so many fixed rates are about to expire and they know there's going to be a great exposure to cashback offers during that period. So I think they're winding them back for that. But you can see there are different types of cashback offers, incentives for first home buyers. There's no sort of cutoff date for that one. LMI discounts. So first home buyers pay only $1 LMI on a loan up to 85% LV. Some lenders are offering waivers on applications and an annual package fee waivers for the life of loan. So there are many incentives that are available and they change continually. So if you want to have a look at what's available at the time, it's not a bad place to go.
And I was going to say, questions come through, Sal, from Sarah there, asking commercial loans, are they supported?
Yeah, good question. Commercial loans they're all priced on application. So it's not a product that you can easily compare because there are so many variables and the lender will want to look at the security type and the location. They want to see the background of the business, the loan to value ratios. So they want a lot of information before they'll come back with a price. It's difficult to use as comparison. You would have noticed that on the On the comparison part of the site, we do have the option for self-managed super funds. And again, the number of lenders are limited, but we do have a strong lender panel that offer self-managed super fund loans. But what I do sort of caution people on is that a lot of the times these are also priced on application. So the lender's going to present their sort of best case all the time. So if there's a super fund loan that you need, yes, you can use this as a comparison, and they are real products and real rates. But again, the lender will finalize the quote on the rate once they have some transparency on the structure of the deal, in terms of incomes, other assets in the fund, liquidity requirements, all those things that a lot of the advisors would be across.
Is there anything else on the site that we should be aware of there, Sal?
They're the main things that you would use the site for in terms of research. So finding a loan, looking at the current offers. There are other things that you can view in terms of insights. So that's really updates, industry updates and things like that we provide on a regular basis that you can view. But the two main research tools on here would be Find a Loan and the current offers.
Yeah, so I've just launched our last poll there. So how frequently do you review the debt facilities for your clients? And I can see sort of at the moment, 60% are sort of saying never. So obviously this tool obviously provides that the ability there to offer that service, and I suppose that value add there. So I'll just give everyone 10 more seconds. Sal, thank you for your time, because it seems like there's no more questions. So I'll let that poll just run there for 30 seconds if anyone wants to be contacted. But no, thank you for your time. As I said at the start, we will email everyone, I guess, links to the emails and also a link to the recording. And we'll include Sal's details in that email. So if you do have any questions for Sal and his team, please reach out, and he's happy to, I suppose, facilitate that. So Sal, thank you for today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Jeevan. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye.